We're back again with Coach Griffin following a big win against Findlay in overtime. The Spartans took a 28-21 win. Coach, go through that game a little bit.
Well, it was a great game. First and foremost, my first game in the rivalry, and the intensity was there for both teams. And starting off the game, we didn't score until the last few minutes of the second quarter, but our defense did a heck of a job holding the team to 2 field goals early on in the first quarter. I thought that was a win for our defense, and just giving up 6 points. Going into halftime, only giving up 13 points to a team that's been averaging 44 points a game. We're going to take our wins with that. So we felt good coming into halftime, and we came out second half and did a very good job and won the game in overtime.
You talk about your defense. I mean, you've been known to have a good defense here, but the last few weeks and this week with the first quarter and holding them there on overtime, and what has really come together that defense for you?
Just the effort, really just the effort, and guys are really, really having fun, and they're buying into our defense. And it's not a difficult defense to learn. That always helps. And flying to the ball like Lima Spartans are doing this year. We're doing a great job at that. So hopefully we can keep that up, and if we do that, we have a heck of a chance at the end of the year.
Talk a little bit about the overtime win. I mean, the team seemed to keep their composure, and you were able to stop them and score. I mean, talk a little bit about going into that overtime.
Well, first in overtime, it was our first overtime game this year, they put us on offense first. I'm sorry, and we took the ball down, and if you guys can remember, we went forward on fourth down. We just had a different look in our eyes in overtime, and that helped me out with the call, to be honest with you. They wanted to go for the win instead of just playing and keep playing against those guys, and we did that offensively, and Jaden Walker got in the corner and used his speed and got the lead. Then on the defense, if you guys followed the game, if we could force them to pass against our man-to-man defense, they have a hard time of getting the ball, and that's what we did in defense, and the guys were fired up. Like I said, it was a different look in the defensive guys' eyes as well, and we got the win, and it was very, very, very fun to have a great celebration at the end.
Well, what does that do for the team? Knocking off Findlay, now they're undefeated. But what does that do for your team going forward now, coming off that big high from that win?
Well, same thing. We talked about it every week, 1-0 at the end of the week. That was a big 1-0. Last week, and we got to continue to do that this week with St. John's and getting 1-0. But winning three games in a row will always bring confidence. You want to always get used to winning, and creating a winning program, which we are creating around Lima, is very key. So they know how to win at the end, and we're continuing to do a great job at the end of the games to pull out victories.
What is it early on in the game? You're just not scoring. What's that about?
I don't know. I almost given up on it. I'm not going to stress it out. This week, early in the weeks, I've been stressed about trying to get off to a good start. Now I'm just going to, just play the game plan and try to get better on the game plan, and hopefully we can put up points early on and still finish in the second half. We got to continue to play the same way we play in the second half as well. So if we get up on them, we got to continue to do that as well in the second half.
Now you had to Toledo St. John's last away game of the season, the regular season. Mm-hmm. What are you seeing in that team, and what are you guys going to have to do?
Well, St. John's is a very good team. They early on they had some injuries, but four games down the line, they're used to playing with the guys that they're playing with now. Very good coach team. They're going to give us some things up front, in the front as far as man-to-man coverage that we have to beat. But I think we can compete with them for sure, and they're going to be ready to go as well. They were hot. A lot of seniors they have on their team, and they were picked high in our conference. So it's going to be a heck of a game. Another game that probably will come down to the wire.
I mean, how big is this game you look at now? You moved to 5-2 in the season, 3-1 in the track. I mean, how important is this single game now as far as where you end up at the end of the season?
Mm-hmm. Everybody jokes around with me because I really believe that 1-0 at the end of the week is key. Every week's been the biggest game, and this is no different. St. John's is a big game, but the seniors have a great opportunity to be one of the best teams and best classes in Lima history if you go back to when they were sophomores and last year and then this year. So if we can continue to do that, they have a heck of a chance. So the game plans are in. They know how we coach. The players are playing, and it's up to the captains to lead this team to week by week. But we have a heck of a chance to win this game, and hopefully next week and then the week after.